Masibhotise siphinde sibulise kwakhona kuwe mbukeli wethu. Ngoku ke singena kwi-yure yethu yesibini yenkqubo kwaye ndiyathemba ukuba abo basezindleleni ngalomzuzu bathe chuncembe nje kakuhle ukuze bafike bekhuselekile apho beya khona. Ndithetha kaloku ngabasebenzi kunye nabo baqhubela abantwana besikolo, oomalume. Khumbula kaloku mbukeli kungcono ufike emva kwexesha kunokuba ungabisafika kwakhona. Umbe wethu ke wale yure uyaphuphuma. Isendim lo ke unonkanyezi kalibisi umadlongothi ndisiqika-qika nenzwakazi yakwamageba.
Mbukeli ke ihora lesibili leli esilidikadikayo. Uma ngabe usanda kungena hayi uyaphuthelwa kodwa ke ungasali manje ngoba impela kwayisho labafana kabagibela isitimela mangobe bengafuni ukuthenga amathikiti. Sikhona ke mbukeli na ku SABC Plus ngakho ke yenza isiqiniseko sokuthi uya-download i-app ethi SABC Plus uzokwazi ukusithola njalo ngomsombuluko lesihlanu ngehora lesithupha kuya ngehora lesishagalolunye ekseni. Njengoba ke sesingena ke mbukeli ke ehora lesibili ke sibheke indaba ehamba phambili.
Esinye isigqebe esiphezulu kwinkampani karhulumente yeli sirhoxile usihlalo webhodi yakwa-Eskom uMpho Makwana uza kulishiya eliziko lijongene nombane ekupheleni kwale nyanga.
Unozinto bafana uthi iqembu lesizwe kumele liqhubeke nomgqiqo walo ukuze kufike umqhudelwano wendebe yezizwekazi iAfrika.
Sawubona mbukelo omuhle noma ngabe kunezindlu zodaka kusekhaya lapho lalela ekhaya jikelele ikhaya lemfudumalo siyakwemukela ngeyifudumela izandla bize ex yakho induna umthatho ongakini ikhansela nenkosi ungababiza besondele bengaphuthelwa umsombuluko kuya kulesihlanu ubatshele bezobukela indaba eyinohlonze zithulwa abasakazi abanohlonze ezemidlalo ezokungcebeleka nesimo sezulu asambeke.
Esinye isigqebe esiphezulu kwinkampani karhulumente yeli sirhoxile usihlalo webhodi yakwa-Eskom uMpho Makwana uza kulishiya eliziko lijongene nombane ekupheleni kwale nyanga. Umphathiswa wamashishini oluntu uPravin Gordhan ubhengeze ukuba uMakwana uza kurhoxa kwintlanganiso yonyaka elandelayo ehlelelwe ukuphela kweyeDwarha. Ukanti ke isizathu sokuhamba kukaMakwana asikaziwa. Eliziko lombane liseza kubhengeza umlawulo sisigxina emva kokurhoxa kuka-Andre de Ruyter kweyomnga kulo nyaka uphelileyo.
Kulileke ukuthi namhlanje isikhungo esibhekele ukubalwa kwabantu kuleli iStats SA sidlulisele kumengameli uCyril Ramaphosa umbiko wokubalwa kwabantu ka-2022. Lo mbiko uzocacisa amalungana nesibalo sabantu abahlala eNingizimu Afrika nokuthi bakuziphi ingxenye zezwe ngokwezifundazwe nomasipala. Phezu kwalokho ke lo mbiko uzokhomba ukuthi iziphi insiza nezidingo nqangi ezidingekayo njengogesi, amanzi kanye nohlelo lokuqoqwa kwemfucuza.
Isebe lenkonzo zoluleko lithi kungekudala liza kwenza isibhengezo malunga nomyalelo elufumene kwinkundla ephakamileyo malunga nokufaneleka kwenqawule kwembaleki ekhubazekileyo uOscar Pistorius. Oku kuza emva kokuba inkundla yagweba ngelithi umbulali ogwetyiweyo uPistorius atsale ngaphezulu kwesiqingatha isigwebo sakhe ngokubulala intombi yakhe uRiver Steenkamp ngonyaka ka-2013. Nto leyo ethetha ukuba ufanelekile ukuba afumane inqawule.
Correctional Services has received an order from the Constitutional Court on the proper interpretation of the Supreme Court of Appeal's judgment delivered on the 24th of November 2017. Briefly, the matter relates to the sentence that was given to inmate Oscar Pistorius, its effective date, and the impact on the calculation of the minimum detention period. As a department, we are studying the order and shall in due course pronounce ourselves on the way forward. This shall ensure that the court order is correctly executed.
Ungoti ocubungula ubufakazi obuhlonzwe endaweni yesigameko sokugebengu uKapteni uPhinias Masitla ulindeleke ukuthi abuyele enkantolo ephakeme ePitoli kuyokwethula ubufakazi ecaleni lokubulawa kaSenzo Meyiwa. Izolo uMasitla ubethula ubufakazi malungana nolibofuzo lwathathwa kobunye ubufakazi obaqoqwa endaweni yesigameko. Utshela ke inkantolo ukuthi isigqoko esatholakala akukho lapho siyamanisa khona abasolwa abahlanu ababhekene nezinsolo zokubulawa kukaMeyiwa. Kunalokho amachaphazelo egazi atholakala etafuleni elihlala ithelevishini nasekhishini akhomba ukuthi kwabe kuyigazi likaMeyiwa owasocongwa kulesi sigameko.
eGaza iqela lomkhosi iHamas likhuphe isilumkiso sokubulala umthinja waseSirayeli rhoqo kwamaSirayeli eqhushumbisa amakhaya asePalestine. Umdlobongela obugqubayo sele busube imiphefumlo engaphaya kwe-1,500 izibheno ziyaqhubeka ukuze kupheliswe umlilo nokhuseleko lwabemi. Uthi baphila ubomi bentshontsho umfundisi owazibonela ngawakhe ngethuba amadoda angaziwayo ehlasela ibandla ebulala umfundisi uDwayne Gordon.
Lezi imbobo zezinhlamvu zesibhamu ziyisikhumbuzo esibhlungu kubazalwane ababone elikhulu lapha ngoLwesihlanu olwedlule kusihlwa ugasela izelelisi. Namanje abaholi bebandla banovalo ngokukhuluma baphumele obala ngenxa yokwesabela ukuthi ngenzeka babeke impilo yabo engcupheni.
I think we have to get over the drama right now because we are hurt, we are distraught, we are confused, we are angry. I'm one of the guys, I'm angry at this event for what happened, for these guys to come and shoot inside of a place of worship.
We want to bow before heaven and we want to give the worship.
Ababhishophi bebandla bephuke umoya ngokubulawa kamfundisi uDwayne Gordon obemenye njengesikhulumi sosuku enkonzweni. Bakholelwa ukuthi behlulekile ukumvikela.
He didn't even finish his greeting when these gunmen came in, and then they shot directly at the camera because we were on a live feed on Facebook Live. And then I think all of us went down. They commanded us to go down, and then we went down. But the prophet was looking directly at the guy that was standing in front. So when the guy saw him looking at him, that is when he lifted his gun and shot the prophet.
Amalungu ebandla ahlanganyele ndawonye ukuzokwesekana nokuthandazela ukucela amandla avele ezulwini. Banovalo ngokuthi lo mkhuba obugwebengwe emasontweni uzokwanda uma amaphoyisa ehluleka ukubopha ngokusheshsha abenzi bokubi.
Isikhwama esibhekele ukunxephezela abalimale ezingozini zomgwaqo iRoad Accident Fund sethule indlela entsha yokusebenza ezophuthumisa ukufakwa kwezicelo zokuhlinzekwa ngesinxephezelo njengoba bezomthetho sebesebenzisa lesi sikhwama ukuyithuthukisa kwezemali.
Ngalesixazululo esisha iRoad Accident Fund isidale amathuba emisebenzi evile emakhulwini amathathu namashumi amahlanu. Lesikhungo sithi lesixazululo esibizwa ngeCRM sizokwenza kube lula ukuthi izisulu zezingozi zomgwaqo zifake izicelo ngoWhatsApp noma ngokushaya ucingo kwazise njengamanje zithembele kwabezomthetho.
Everyone of South Africans who wants to know about the claim and the claims process can come through this number. For us, it's very important that we do that. We've got 300 people sitting there waiting for this call. So it's something big for the Road Accident Fund to be more responsive to what the claimants have been asking for.
Ulitswalo uthi bekuvame ukuthatha iminyaka elinganiselwa kwemine ukuphothula izicelo, kepha ngosizo lwe-CRM sekuzothatha izinsuku eziyi120.
Most of our people never knew what was paid to them, and the lawyers were taking all that money. They also don't know even if it was paid. Sometimes it's paid 2 years ago and the claimant does not even know. So this is very important.
The claimants have been and will continue to be the lifeblood of the Road Accident Fund, and the fund has declared, as it has been said, 2023 as the year of the claimant.
Mbukelo kamanje ke siphosa amehlo ke sibheke ukuthi kuhamba kanjani kwisimo sezulu.
Enkosi ngokuhlala nathi nisasibukele apha ekhaya jikelele. Uninzi labantu ke lusabambe ongezantsi emva kwesehlo esithe senzeka kwimpelaveki yokubhubha kwamalungu omkhosi amathandathu kwinkampu yawo iluhotla kwiphondo laseMntla Koloni ngolwesihlanu. Amagama lamajoni ke athe achazwa kwaye ukufumanisa banzi malunga noku kunye nezimvo zombutho wamajoni kweli lizwe iSouth African National Defence Union iSANDU ngamafuphi. Siza kuthetha nonobhala walombutho uadvocate Ekhaya. Umbukeli ke singathanda into yobana sixhobisa uba oludliwano-ndlebe luza kuqhutywa ngolwimi lwesingesi. Advocate Ekhaya, good morning and welcome to our show Ekhaya Jikelele. Can you just explain to our viewers how are you taking this tragic incident as a union?
The viewers, it's absolute tragedy. That's just the nature of soldiering on.
Advocate Ekhaya, do you think if things were done differently, such event could have been avoided?
No, I think that at least a natural disaster can be avoided. The fact of the matter is, soldiers have to deal with the elements. That is the nature of soldiering. And unfortunately, they were involved in this incident. And as you know, not the only ones that were impacted by this incident. Several farms in the area also burned down. And it's just a high fire season this year.
This blaze, it comes weeks after crew members of the SA Navy submarine, that is the SAS Mantatis, were swept out of sea and 3 lives were lost. Clearly there is something wrong in the force.
The incident with the submarine, was due to bad weather conditions. I don't think, again, there's nothing that could have prevented those swells suddenly turned into 10-meter waves, and the people were simply swept overboard.
Advocate, you speak about the bad weather condition. The budget in the army has been in a steady decline for the last decade. Do you think that might also be a cause of such an event?
I think budget cuts are in themselves going to lead to dangerous situations. I'm not referring to any of these situations with the submarine or the fires. There can be situations where soldiers are in danger and where a cut of the budget leads to circumstances where, perhaps they can't get out of harm's way in time or something like that. Of course, if that was the case in any of these incidents in recent 3 weeks, then that will be uncovered in the board. And will eventually, result in accidents.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Advocate Ekhaya. We really hope that, you'll find a solution to this unfortunate circumstance.
Thank you very much.
Sixolise mbukeli ngokuba mhlawumbe ungeva kakuhle kuyabonakala into yokubana kuye kwabhidana ikomiki ngenxa ye-network kodwa ke besithetha naye kaloku uadvocate Ekhaya. Sidlana indlebe naye ke ngesiganeko esithe sasuba imiphefumlo yamajoni amathandathu kutshanje. Enye yezinto mbukeli endithenda ibamba kukuba uthi unobangela wale nto siyibonayo kukuba mhlawumbe kuye kwaba khona imozulu ibingantlanga. Kodwa mbukeli masithi qhuye evenkileni sibhatala amatyala usabukele ekhaya jikelele. Ilizwe laseFrance lithi lizawuxhomekeka kukapteni walo Anthony Dupont ukuba abe nelizwi lokugqibela malunga nokuba uzawuqubisana namabhokobhoko kumdlalo wekota yokugqibela yendebe yehlabathi yombhoxo eParis ngokuhla kwangecawe.
We can accept or expect that playing here against the home team, it's going to be a massive atmosphere. I think we had a dry run of that last year. when we played here in Marseille. It was an absolutely fantastic atmosphere. I think the players also experienced the same type of environment in 2019 against Japan. So something that a lot of these players are used to.
It's great for France to have him back. And I think he's a great asset for them. For me personally, it's always good to play against one of the best in the world. But yeah, like I said earlier, we're preparing to play against France and not just against him. Although he's a very dangerous player, and we know where the threats lie in that. Yeah, we just basically just focusing on playing against France and the challenges that brings along with it.
It's actually small details or really basic things that we've all started being sharper on and just spend more time working on, you know. So I think even as a pack of forwards, we're working on little details like our passing skills and catching skills, you know, stuff that forwards probably don't work on all that much.
Ibhodi elawula ibhola ekhatywayo yase-Europe UEFA ihlehlise yonke imidlalo ibicwangciselwe ilizwe laseSirayeli kwezi veki zimbalwa zizayo ngenxa yongquzulwano oluqhubekayo kweli lizwe. Esi sibhengezo sizana njengoko umlo uqhubeka emva kokuba amaqela ase-Hamas ephule umda ukusuka eGaza kuhlaselo olungazange lubonwe ngaphambili kule mpelaveki sisuka kuyo.
Ukapteni weBafana Bafana uRonwen Williams uthi njengeqembu kufanele ukuthi baqinisekise ukuthi babamba umgqiqo wabo kubhekwe emqhudelwaneni wamazwe ase-Afrika iAfcon ozoba ngoMasingana. Isihlabani ke somgadli uPercy Tau sesihoxile ethimbeni labadlali abazodlala imidlalo yokungcwekane laseSwatini kanjalo ke neIvory Coast nezitobhe ezimbili okuThapelo Morena kanye noInnocent Mayela ngokunjalo futhi ke nangomdlali oyibambe esiswini uBathusi Obas.
Sekukhona abadlali beBafana Bafana bangeke besayidlala imidlalo emibili yomngane ezayo. Kulabadlali kubalwa kuba uPercy Tau hoxiswe yizathu ezithinta umndeni wakhe kube nguThapelo Moreno, Innocent Mayela kanye noBathusi Obas.
Then there is a case of Percy Tau, so I had contact with Percy last week. For family reasons, he'd like not to be here with us.
Abadlali banxusa ukuthi kungabi nenguquko kuze kufike lo mqhudelwano weAfcon emidlalweni emibili yomngane idlale ngenyanga edlule iBafana Bafana idlale ngokulingana neNamibia ngaphambi kokuthi kuqise iDemocratic Republic of Congo ngegoli elilodwa eqandeni.
The coach made mention, you know, that we need to build some consistency into the team. Last year there was a lot of, you know, win one, then lose, and then draw, you know, and I feel, you know, the last year, you know, we've been consistent where we've won a lot of games. We haven't lost any, so, you know, that's a positive. That shows that there's growth.
Captain Bafana Bafana uthi sebebheke ukuthi ziqhathwe kuweAfcon.
It's not going to be easy. I mean, all the countries who qualified is, you know, they're there for a reason. You know, it shows that they are good. They are obviously quality, and it's going to be tough, so we need to be mentally prepared.
Umdlalo oqala omngane neSwatini uzodlalelwa enkundleni yeFNB ngolwesihlanu kusihlwa kanti lo mdlalo uzoqala ngelesithupha ihora kusenjalo ngomgqibelela kuleli lizobe selibhekisa amabombe ezweni elizosingatha weAfcon ngonyaka ozayo.
Okwamanje ke mbukela sinjike qhu ngaseyitolo siyabuya emva komzuzwana. Siphethe sikamkeleke mbukeli lapha ekhaya Jikelele kanti mangabe siqhubekela phambili ke ngezindaba esikuphathile zona umcimbi okuhloswe ngawo ukwazisa noklomelisa abaculi baseningizimu Afrika iSouth African Music Awards usuthole ikhaya elisha ke mbukeli le KwaZulu-Natal isikhathi esingangeminyaka emithathu ke ezayo iRecording Industry of South Africa okuyirisa ngamafushane isanda ke kumemezela ukuthi ke umcimbi wamasama uzobuyela kwaZulu ngemva kweminyaka eyisishiyagalombili lo mcimbi ke mbukeli uzoba ngempela sonto yomhlazi 17 kuze kube umhlazi 18 kuLwezi eDurban ICC uxoxa kabanzi lo mcimbi sixhumana ke nesikhulu esiphezulu samasama uLeslie Mufokeng. Leslie sikubingelele sikwamkele ohlelweni lwethu la Ekhaya Jikelele sibonga kakhulu ngokuxoxisana nawe namhlanje kuseni.
Sanibonani, ngiyabingelela nami. I'm happy to be on Ekhaya namhlanje.
Ya, hayi kusekhaya. Kufanele nje uhlala unethezeke, utshengise ukuthi cha ngempela usekhaya.
Ngizoyenza njalo.
Yenze njalo. Ngokuvamile ke Leslie, lo mcimbi wama awards amasama ubanjwa engxenyeni yokuqala yonyaka. Kungani ke kuthathwa isinqumo sokuba nazo ngomhla ka17 no18 kuNovember ke kulokhu?
Yazini, the nature of these awards in general, awards nje, it's about negotiations, it's about preparations, it's about money at the end of the day. So we had to take our time to make sure that we implement changes that we wanted to see kumasama, and also we needed to actually go find money. This is something that people don't talk about. Maskhuluma ngama awards ukuthi sidinga imali. So if we don't have imali, there's a problem there and things will take forever. So we took the time to organize all of that, and we're so thankful and grateful to the government of KwaZulu-Natal, the Department of EDTEA for coming on board and supporting the summer and the creative space in this way. Moreover, if they didn't come along to inject funds into this project, we probably might not even have the summer 29. So that is really one of the reasons why there's a delay in having the summer so late in the year. But we do believe that going forward, we'll be able to have the summer in the earlier part of the year. As we've already announced, we've got a 3-year deal with KwaZulu-Natal, which gives us security to plan and to prosecute or execute a brilliant show, because we've got this security that will have funds to put together a brilliant show.
Leslie, yini ke esingayilindela kulamasama akulonyaka ke futhi ke yiziphi ke izinto nje ezintsha noma inguquko esenizenzile ke?
Inguquko enkulu kundlula wonke amaguquko is that we're going to Durban. We're very happy to be going to KwaZulu-Natal, the entire province. The government of KwaZulu-Natal has given us the province. It's not just a Durban event, but it's an entire provincial effort. Shizoba activations throughout the province. We're going to have a journey to Summer 29. We'll have stoppages at different spots. The theme this year, or rather maybe let me say the elements or the pillars of Summer 29 include lifestyle, fashion, travel, and of course music. And we know that KwaZulu-Natal has everything. It has all of that. It has a lot of lifestyle activities. It has a lot of tourism, sports. It's not only Durban, but there are so many other spots as you lead or as you drive to Durban, and that you get to experience the beauty of the Zulu culture, the language, the people, and everything that they have to offer. So there will be a lot of tourism elements. There will be a lot of fashion elements with the Durban Fashion Fair. There will be a lot of lifestyle activities and things that make Durban the playground of South Africa and KwaZulu-Natal in its entirety as one of the most hospitable provinces in the country.
Hayi cha wena Leslie uyabona impela lapha KwaZulu-Natal kakhulukazi lapha eThekwini hayi uma ngabe uthatha umcimbi wakho usakhona 99% of the time ujwayele ukuthi ke ube impumelelo. Siyabona ke nokuthi futhi lo mcimbi ke uzobanjwa ngomhla ka17 kanjalo no18 kuNovember. Mhlawumbe ungakusichazela nje ukuthi ke kungani ke nithatha izinsuku ezimbili ukwenza lo mcimbi? Yini mhlawumbe ezobenzeka nge17 nango18?
Ngo-17 sizabe sinane what we call industry awards or non-broadcast awards. So these are awards that honor the craft, engineers, producers, those kind of awards that are not frontline, as we call it. And then on the 18th is the broadcast award. These ones are going to be will be broadcast live on SABC 1, and they feature what we call the frontline acts, what we call the singers, the people that we see on our screens, the people that we hear on the radio, the voices that we know, and includes the top 5 categories, as we call them, like male and female artist of the year, album of the year, newcomer of the year, duo or group of the year, and those kind of categories. Amapiano awards, all of those, all of those categories then will be celebrated on Saturday, the 18th of November. But I must also say that we do have activities planned. It's not only between the 17th and 18th of November. We do have a week that we're still putting together. We're curating content, we're curating experiences for people to experience music in Durban. So there will be other announcements to come in the near future.
Leslie, ngeke ngezwa njengoba kade uphawula nje ngodaba lwama-funds njengoba ubusho phela umusuhumusha ngolukaGeorge usho indaba yeyimali ukuthi yiyo enika-ke ugqozi ne-confidence yokwazi ukuthi nizokwazi ukwenza amasama ngoba idingeka kakhulu. Sengiyi-curious nje ukwazi ngiyayibuza ukuthi konje umcimbi omkhulu njengalona imali etholakala khona imali iziphi iy'ndleko ezi-involved nokuthi ubambe umcimbi omkhulu njengalo?
Imali eningi kakhulu. Mawucabanga ukuthi you have to pay for the production, you have to pay for a venue, you have to pay for traveling costs, you have to pay for accommodation, you have to feed those people, you have to put together this spectacle. It really is a carnival, sort of a spectacle. It's a lot of money that goes into millions. And we always count on the support of provinces for that kind of budget, but we also count on commercial sponsors who come on board to help us, have enough so that we can put on a decent show that South Africans and the music industry will be proud of. I'm not at liberty to say exactly the amount that's involved, but all I can tell you is that it's millions of rands.
Ngonyaka odlule sibonile-ke Leslie ukuthi-ke lapha eSun City abantu abafikanga kakhulu, poor attendance, abantu bengezi-ke lapha kulama awards kanjalo-ke mhlawumpe ungathi nje-ke kulonyaka njengoba uzoba seThekwini nje esayidini labaculi noma lama-artists-ke for example ubona i-turnout izoba right mangabe nikhuluma nama-artist akhin noma analo ugqozi lokuthi abe yingxenye yamasama kulonyaka?
Cha, siyathemba ukuthi ama-musicians azoza ku-Summer 29 in Durban. Ngoba we had our consultation forums with the industry where we sat down with musicians, with people in the industry, record companies, and everyone who has a stake in this whole operation, Yamasama. And we listened to their complaints, we listened to the challenges that they face with the summer, and we were bold enough to make those changes that you will see as Summer 29 unfolds. We are confident, Kumasama, Kurisa, that the industry will respond positively. We are confident that the government of KwaZulu-Natal and the support that they're giving us will ensure that musicians show up for this beautiful celebration of their craft and what they do for a living. The summers are about the industry. It's about the industry. It's not about anything else. It's about the musicians. It's about people who give us the soundtracks of our lives. So we cannot afford to have a summer that is not blessed and supported by the industry. That's very important to us. So I do believe that in November, you'll see this beautiful display of the industry and a celebration of art in a way that you haven't seen in a long time.
Hayi November 17 November 18 sekusondele phela sekuyinyanga nje elandelayo. Engabe mhlambe kuma category izinhlelo zokuvota umuntu mengabe efuna ukuvotela iartist yakhe eyifavorite yakhe sekukhona sephumile ama nominees kuhamba kanjani kulelo cala?
Ama nominees aphumile manje. The difference with the summers is that they are not public voted. There are categories that are public voted, but most of the categories are what we call genre categories, and they are voted for by the industry. So the record labels come together and choose a panel of judges who will go then and score ama submission way to ama album way to who is the best in this particular genre. So that has already happened, and that's why we announced the top 5 in each category a week ago to theatre, which was attended by the MEC Sponiso Duma from KZN and other Gauteng dignitaries. So after that, we are going to announce the public voted categories. Give us a few more days, we'll be able to go public and announce record of the year as well as music video of the year. Those two are public voted. We'll be able to announce the voting procedure, Noguti, who are the people who are in the top 10 or top 20 of those categories. Give us just a few more days and we'll be able to go public with those.
Leslie sesophetha nje-ke ingabe ninazo yini iy'nhlelo like ama-programs-ke athi kuyi-build up azobe izinto ezobe zenzeka ngaphambi kokuthi-ke kuze kuqale the actual awards ngeyi-17 kanjalo nangeyi-18?
Yebo. Yes, Amasama are still a South African Music Awards. They're not just a KwaZulu-Natal celebration. So we'll be having activations outside of the province of KZN. We'll be going to places like Limpopo, provinces like Gauteng here where we are, as well as Mpumalanga. We're finalizing the dates and activities, but other provinces will get to share in the excitement Yamasama 29. Marmases figure in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, we will have a lot more activities. As I said earlier on, we're planning a whole week of activities. We have master classes that we are working on. We have possibly a fashion show that we can stage. We have fan parks that we might be able to put together. All of these are still in the planning phases, and we are finalizing, let me say, how the program will roll out. All I know is that it's going to be a jamboree. All I know is that it's going to be a big carnival and celebration of music, not only in KwaZulu-Natal, but in the entire of South Africa. I'm sure South Africans will be proud to see our music celebrated in this way. So watch this space. More information will be coming forward, and I look forward to coming back and confirming some of these things that I've mentioned in this interview. So thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Kubonga thina ke Leslie ngesikhathi sakho nje sikufisele konke okuhle sengazi ukuthi cha umcimbi wamasama ungahamba kahle kodwa hayi mangabe useThekwini hayi amathembo wonke akhona ukuthi na kanjani ke kuzohamba kahle sibonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho.
Ngiyabonga.
Umcimbi ke wamasama 29 imbukeli uzobanjelwe eThekwini lapha ya eDurban ICC ngenyanga ezayo nge17 kanjalo nange18 kaNovember. Lokho besixoxa naye isikhulu esiphezulu sawo ke amasama 29 uLeslie Mufokeng mayelana nalokho ke okungalindeleka. Okwamanje ke imbukela sinje ke qunga seyitolo. Emva kwalokho sobe sesingena ehoreni lethu lokugcina sesikuphathele ihamba phambili.